Hello. All right, I think I'm on. Should be. Okay. Is this working? I'll have to see on my own stream. Hi everybody. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me. I'll have to cover my face, like this or something. Get a mask. That's what the mask is. Yeah, we should be rocking and rolling, David and Grolin. How are you guys doing? Okay, you have a question? All right, write it under that post because that's where I'm gonna be looking at all my other stuff. All right. Sorry if my camera's shaking a bit. That's my bad. All right. Let's look at this post. I've looked at a few of the questions. I gotten some spoilers. Whoa, 8 whole comments. All right. I'll wait a second for people to filter in. You're playing Cookie Run Kingdom? I've heard it's good. I've heard I should play it. But I can't get into mobile games really. I just haven't. People tried to get me into what's it called? Pokemon Go. I got into it for like a week and then fell off, kind of. Can't relate. I never fall off. Are you an Amazing Digital Circus fan? Good question. I watched the first 3 episodes, I think. I heard there's a new one out. I should fact check that instead of being stupid. New episode. Yeah. Episode 7? Alright, dope. Dope. Nice. I just binge watched all your videos. Nice. I watched a video on eBay Carson. It was really good. I'm proud of that one. Yeah. I might get back into watching The Amazing Digital Circus. I know a lot of people are into it. I did not like it. I just like, as with books and most other things I do, I started it and then just never finished it. Aspen, you replied to my comment once. My life has been fulfilled. Don't stop yourself there. Motivate yourself. Continue. I replied to you. Yes. It's my favorite game. Whoa. Good question. I keep randomly getting dark. I'm sorry. I have to keep an eye on my camera. But, favorite game? Favorite sandwich? These are all really good questions. If you guys have questions, I can't see all of them that are going by in chat. I love them all, but I can't read them, this fast. Okay. But, I did see what's your favorite game, and that's a really hard question, because as people who saw my stream last night would know, I'm really into New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. It's good. The game I have the most hours in on Steam is a game called Sheepy: A Short Adventure, because I got really fixated on it for like a week. And I just I think I have like 150 hours in that game that takes me like an hour to beat. I should play it at some point on stream because I think I can beat it in 20 minutes now. I've been trying to improve my personal best. Yeah, all right. Let's look at how many hours I have in Sheepy. Yeah, 124 hours. They got a vinyl of that soundtrack? Dude, if you're into video game soundtracks, listen to the one for Sheepy: A Short Adventure. Again, I'm going to repeat this for like the 4th time. If you have questions, put them in my top post. I can't read all these. I'll pin this post, I guess. Oh, I don't think I can do that. But it's fine. Yeah, because I see the person who's commenting, favorite song. But just out of stinginess, I'm not going to reply to it unless you comment. Okay. All right. So a few of these questions I'm not going to answer. It just looks like they're a bit like personal, which I don't like to get into. But let's get started. You know what? I'm here for a reason. I can stop stalling. 26 watching? Whoa! All right. The top comment for some reason is, are we Charlie Kirk? This first question. Do we carry the flame? Do we fight for the gospel? And do we honor his name? So that's a tough question. I'd say we are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. Yeah, I'd say we fight for the gospel. And I'm pretty sure we'd honor his name. So hope that clears that up for you. Who or what inspires your videos? I have a whole list, but I'm not going to go into it because that's just going to take too long. It's surprising that it could get compared to Funky Frog Bait that much because I list like a couple of my number one influences. Alexander Avila is like right up at the top. I just like got me into like social analysis and all that type of stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, obviously the commentary big three. You got Drew Gooden, Curtis Connor, Danny Gonzalez, all of them. Joshua, dude, that guy, fire. Love his videos. Like cried laughing to one yesterday. Um, yeah, I'd say those just I'd say those are some big ones. Um, yeah. Oh, H Bomber guy. He's obvious. Yeah, a lot of the big commentary YouTubers. H Bomber guy, Big Joel, ContraPoints. Lily Simpson is heavily slept on. She does a bunch of like uh trans media analysis and stuff, and also just talking about general trans stuff. Her most recent video got put out a week ago. It's called Preference, and it is really good. I would highly recommend that if you're into like trans discussion at all, you watch that. I need to find moderators at some point. Hey, just joining, so I don't know if you've asked this, but will you be uploading more comedy videos? I'm still into stand-up comedy. I just, after writing, making, doing all that stuff with the funny one performance, which some of you have probably seen because most of the videos on my channel. Um, um, I don't know it because it takes really long to work on something like that. Um, it's like the funny one is probably the hardest thing I've ever done. It was amazing. I loved it. I'm incredibly grateful that I got to go up on stage and do that for an hour and people enjoyed it. But I just I can't soon. Um, I love live performance. I've been writing more music recently. The music you heard at the beginning, which was really laggy. I listened to my own stream at the beginning during the intro part, and it was weird because but that's music I've been working on recently. I've been getting way into hyperpop as of late, just because had to fall into a couple of the trans stereotypes, and Food House 100 gecs, that's my jam, and so I've been making more music that falls into that level of things. Why is everyone commenting meow? It's scaring me. There is art out there of me as a cat girl. It might be the most beautiful art I've ever seen. It was done by a friend recently. So you know who you are. I don't think he's watching this, but you know who you are, and thank you. Y'all quit spamming cat. I will ban you. Okay, let's look at these comments. Let's lock in. Yeah. People who influenced me, that was a long-winded way of saying Alexander Avila, a bunch of video essayists like H Bomber guy, ContraPoints, Mini Minuteman, huge for me. I know a couple people that have fallen down like the conspiracist pipeline, so it's really valuable to me that we have resources out there that are free, like Mini Minuteman, that go through and debunk that stuff, and also just provide some really interesting stuff. Like I don't care that much about archaeology, but he's made me interested. So, do you like cats? Yeah, I like cats. I don't have one. I have 2 dogs and a snake. Who are awesome and I love them. But they can be stinkers sometimes. But I don't have a cat. I like them. I have a lot of friends with cats. And whenever I go over them, I'm always typical me like, oh, I'm gonna pet your cat. So yeah, I like cats. And the second question is, if I could learn to animate, would you? In a heartbeat. Man, animation is the dopest. Like, I've gotten a couple comments on the Carson video like, oh, this is a new YouTuber I can animate to. If you do that stuff, that's genuinely really cool. It's really valuable to me that people get creative motivation out of what I make, or just do it while they're doing that stuff. Because I have YouTubers that I'll sketch. I'm not a visual artist by any means. I don't put it out there. It's just something I do with stuff in the background. But I love some YouTubers that I'll do that stuff too. So it's like, whoa, that's interesting. Yeah. So to answer your question, I like cats, and if I could learn to animate, I sure would. Okay. Oh, that one comes from @CCC Johnson. This one, Who? Oh, who's my favorite singer? That's hard because there are a lot of good singers, but for a lot of different reasons. The obvious answer is like Frank Ocean or something like that, just because he's so technically good at it. Who's that guy? He made the album The Singer and the Song. I like him. He's good. I'll look. I'm checking the album. I'm not just completely tuning out. Um, yeah, but I really like that album. It's good. Uh, Please don't tell me my chat turned off. I'll crash out. Might need to slow down my chat so I can see everything. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that. Who's the guy? Who the heck is the freaking guy? Anyway, there's an album called The Singer and the Song, and whoever sings on that, plays guitar on that, is really good. I like him. Lauryn Hill, I like her singing voice. Looking through my albums. I don't know if this is pronounced Bridget or Brigitte. That album, it's a peak French album. I don't know what she's saying because I don't speak French, but I found it a while ago and was just like, this is neat. So I listen to it sometimes. Yeah, that's my answer. That's what I'd say. Please don't tell me they turn my chat off again. I'll crash out. Show chat. I swear to God. YouTube. Stop rage baiting me, YouTube. Anyway. Yeah. So who are my favorite singer? My hobbies. This is one of them. Making music, as some of you know. I'm into that. I like playing some video games. I'm a video game enjoyer. D&D. So all the kind of fit out all the nerd boxes. I used to be really into Magic the Gathering too. I still have a bunch of cards. I think that's a pretty good list. I'm not a very interesting person off camera. I know it kind of like whenever you're watching someone and they talk about something for like 30 minutes, you probably think, oh, they probably got a really interesting social life or just like really interesting life. I really don't. But you know, I have a good life, just not I don't have a very particularly interesting one. You're the GOAT! Keep up the amazing work. Also, for questions, what are your favorite musical artists or bands of all time? Death Grips, for sure. I don't know if I have any Death Grips fans in my audience. Are you kidding me? They turned off my freaking chat again! Ugh. YouTube! God damn it. I know I'm not technically supposed to have chat on when I'm in between 13 and 15, but like, I'm sorry, guys. I swear, if I could change this, I would. But I went in my settings last time to see if I could fix it. And they were just like, no, you can't. You're in between 13 and 15, it looks like, because my little baby face. And also the fact that I'm in between 13 and 15, so. Alright, yeah. Favorite musical artists or bands? For, like, hip-hop, anything in that genre. Really into Death Grips. Tyler, the Creator's like the obvious one. I'm really glad he gets as much recognition as he does. Recently I've been getting into, Food House. They're really good. Car Seat Headrest. Yeah. Daniel Caverly. Yeah, that's a pretty succinct list of who I think are some of the best musical artists or bands of all time. I'm sure there's more that I'm just like forgetting. I have a whole list that's like 100 albums long of just albums I think are some of the best of all time. What fandoms am I in? Good question. I'm not really a fandom person. I'm into One Piece. And I know it's a bit controversial because of the way they portray body shapes, but I got into them when I was younger and I just kind of stuck with it. Yeah, there's also a fascinating video essay out there. I know every time I start talking, I immediately get into talking about video essays. But okay, let me just look it up. It's called like One Piece and Women or something. Yeah, The Women of One Piece. By Melon T. Phenomenal video essay. Because it goes into, their body shapes are whack, but it also goes into, here's why a lot of the female characters are some of the best characters in the entire series. So, really good watch if you're into One Piece, or even if you're not and you've just heard a lot about how it's misogynistic. It's fascinating. Love it. Yeah, I like One Piece. I used to be into My Hero Academia, but no more. Um, I got into Severance recently, but I'm not really interacting with the fandom much on that one. Death Grips for sure. Don't really interact with the Tyler the Creator fandom that much. I used to, but they're just so like they constantly are talking about like, oh my god, he's so hot, like, and like you allowed to feel that. That's a natural human emotion. But it's really weird when it's someone you don't know, and the fandom's overall just really parasocial, which I don't like. It's one of the reasons why I like the Death Grips fandom is because their private lives are really private, so not many people talk about that stuff. It's mostly just I like this song, and I'm like, yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fandom person. Uh, kind of into what's it called? I feel like there's like one more thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say one of my main ones, like, One Piece and Death Grips. So, into anime generally. Used to be really into Naruto, but I tried. The more I think about it, the more I hate that show. Okay. 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 If I were to make fan art of you, which really cool that people have done that, it makes me really happy. Where should I send it? Actually, it says where. I think you misspelled that. I'm not gonna respond now. No, how much of a dick would I have to be? So if I were to make fan art, yeah. So I'm debating setting up an email address, but also it's just like, do I wanna? Because I don't want a place where people can privately message me without me being able to like control that really. Same reason that I'm not public with like my Discord account. Like I don't have a Discord. I don't think I want to anytime soon. Just because like that just kind of makes me uncomfortable since I'm like a minor who's online. It's just not smart. But yeah, if you do make any, feel free to post it on YouTube and then at me and I'll see it. Probably repost it because I'm really into that stuff. It's really, really cool. Gotta give a shout out to everyone who's made fan art of me so far. I've tried to look at every single piece of it that I can. But it's really cool. So yeah, that's my answer. Who/what inspires your videos? So I've gone to that a bit. Alexander Avila, uh, ContraPoints, H Bomber Guy. Uh, Everyone keeps calling me Funky Tadpole Bait, so I guess it's obligatory that I mention the fact that yes, I like Funky Frog Bait. What inspires my videos? Yeah, all that stuff. The reason I'm inspired to FD Signifier, that's another really good one. The reason I was inspired to make what I started to make was that a while back I kept getting recommended one of my favorite video essays of all time, which is called Vaccines and Autism, A Measured Response by H Bomber Guy. And it's just I was like, oh my god, it's an hour long. Do I really want to watch all this? And I did, and I was like, that's beautiful. And that's what got me into video essays. So I guess more broadly, I have to kind of thank H Bomber Guy for that. So yeah. I've been watching commentary for a while, but I didn't really know about video essays separately from that. I never really wanted to do commentary. I know I'm kind of getting lumped in with that group now, but I way prefer just like the video essayist tagline. It makes me feel happy about myself. I enjoy that content a lot. Yeah. I've already answered that one. Also, do I like ducks? Sorry, that was the end of that question. Yeah, ducks are chill. What inspired you to start ranting? Kind of just answered that one. Whoa, H Bomber Guy. Yeah. Once I got into one of his videos, I binged all of his stuff. And I was like, whoa, this is a really cool art form. And then the more I started to get into it, it was like I started getting introduced to like ContraPoints and FD Signifier and like Big Joel, and like I learned about like Alexander Avila and all those other people in that group, and it's a really nice little community going on there. Yeah, so just finding out about the video essayist community really inspired me to like, I have topics I'm really interested about, and my family doesn't want to hear about these things anymore, so I should probably put that for everyone to say. And I guess it's worked out pretty well so far. So, what are my pronouns? They, them. And can I draw you a profile picture? Absolutely, yes. Yes, you can. Just make sure to at me, and then I'll see it in my mentions probably. What's my favorite sandwich? Okay, y'all. I know there's a whole community of coleslaw haters out there, wherever you are, and I get it. It's like, oh, it's the texture. I don't care. I'm also a person who has issues with texture in food, and it's our differences. But I'm gonna describe my sandwich. If anyone's like, I'm getting the ick from your favorite sandwich, leave my channel. I'm just kidding. I need the clout. So toast 2 pieces of bread. Then you put some like just like deli meat, like turkey on it. I don't really like ham that much, so turkey is what I mainly use. Put some coleslaw on that thing. Put the bun on it. Then you have to make your sauce. And here's the thing, the sauce does not go on the sandwich. This is my hot take. I will stand by it forever. If you put sauce on your sandwich, that's a crime. You have to have it on the side that way you can dip your sandwich into the sauce. Look, I know I'm falling into the stereotype of fat person who cares a lot about food, but I don't care. So you dip your sandwich into the sauce, and here's how you make it. Chick-fil-A sauce, yes, I know they're homophobic. You get a little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce, or just make... Ugh. Got like a wave of nausea right there. Anyway, Chick-fil-A's trying to curse me as a queer. But you put Chick-fil-A sauce and you mix it with your hot sauce of choice and do that and put some tahini in there, sprinkle it in. Perfect sauce. Trust me, it's amazing. It's only like 3 ingredients. You don't need that much tahini. Just like there's a happy medium between like too much where that's all you can taste and not enough where it's like you can't really taste it. So be careful with that. But that's my favorite sandwich. To answer your question very longly. Yeah. Not gonna answer that one about how old I am. I've never heard of Inanimate Insanity. Is that an object show? It's a reality show. Oh, it is an object show. I have not watched a single object show. I tried to watch one of them. I think it was BFDI was what I tried to watch. And it was unhinged. And I know that's like the point. It's just not my thing. Couldn't get into it. It was just like really overstimulating. I didn't find the jokes very funny. So maybe I'll give that one a shot. Maybe it'll get me into it. Yeah. So I'll give it a shot. You know what? What do I think about vampires? Cool. I like all like that spooky sort of Halloween area of things. And like old folklore things like that. They interest me. So yeah, I'd say vampires are pretty cool. Yeah, I know the chat's turned off. That's really unfortunate. All right, song recommendations. Ooh. All right. I have my massive playlist. So what I do each year is that I will have all of my favorite songs from that year and I'll add them to a playlist. That way I get like that way I don't cuz I never listen to my liked playlist. I don't know anyone who does. Cuz it's like I don't want to listen to every single song I've ever listened to. Yeah, alright, let's look at my more recent stuff. This playlist has got like 500 songs on it. I'm a big JPEG Mafia fan. Anything by him, really. Into Fentanyl. I'm just listening to artists, I realized that. Untitled O2 by Kendrick Lamar. Hustle Bones by Death Grips. Bald by JPEG Mafia. Covered in Money by JPEG Mafia. And if you get into Peggy at all, if you're into experimental hip hop, I recommend listening to something like Garbage Pail Kids or anything off Scaring the Hose. Cosmic Hero by Car Seat Headrest. I mean, Radiohead's an obvious mention. Just by Radiohead, I guess. I like Daft Punk. They're cool. Wait, what? Okay, I got scared an artist I like had removed all their songs off of Spotify. I got really scared for a second. Nasty Work by Fentanyl and Isbrokey. All the Same / Not the Same by No Offense. Black Paint by Death Grips. Yeah, I know I'm giving you a lot, but these are all just I'm just kind of going as I go. Going as I go. 4XL by Isbrokey. 800 Decibel Cloud by 100 Gex, Hot Problems by Food House, um, Gag or Get Yourself a Gun by Bob Villain. It's like peak leftist music. Just Be Competent by Russell Buck, or like anything by Russell Buck. I really like what's it called, like Evil Music for Bad Dogs. Figaro by Mad Villain. Wah woo wee wah. Wah woo wee wah. Is that a Borat reference by Okay Cool? It's Me Maria by Bass Victim. Face the Power of the Sun by Daniel Caverly. What's it called? What's it called? Frick. Anything in Nina Geraci's album. I Love My Computer. Such a good electronic album. Man, I had a song. Micah 5:15 a.m. by Agriculture, if you're into metal. Dance in the Water by Danny Brown. TV Baby by Frankie and the Witch Fingers. And Computer Punk by Food House. I think that's a pretty good list. I went off ranting about that for like really long and just saying song names, so I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, do I like queso dip? I'm not a cheese fan. Especially like not by itself. There needs to be a solid cheese to thing ratio. That's why I like lasagna. Garfield core. I like lasagna and I hate Mondays. That's how I would describe myself. But yeah, I've never been the biggest like cheese fan. Queso dip just isn't my thing. I'm a big fan of guacamole, big fan of salsa. What's my favorite food? That's hard. Genuinely, I don't think I have one. It's like I know I just ranted about the perfect sandwich. That might be it. My perfect sandwich. There was one day, like the sandwich doesn't always, because I don't always have coleslaw, because like who always has coleslaw in their house? I don't know what life you have to be living for that. But, okay, let's see how many viewers I lost after just saying a bunch of song names. None? What? That's crazy. I'm glad I have an audience that's just here for me to listen to this by that, and that by this. Yeah. What was the question? Favorite food? Yeah, the perfect sandwich. There was one day where I ate it, and it was the most magical thing I'd ever tasted, and I never went back. I'm not gonna answer that one. You already asked a question. Would you consider it wrong to eat pickles straight out of the jar as a snack? No! You do you! King, queen, you do you! I don't care. Pickles are yummy. One of my favorite Roblox games. I don't play Roblox. I know that I've heard Forsaken's really good. That's what you said your favorite game is. I don't like supporting them because they fund, like, they take from really good game designers and creators. Like, their entire business model is monetizing games someone else made. And I just don't think that's good. Because Steam does that, but they do it in a way where it's not, like... It's just not the same. And Steam's corrupt, too. But the difference there is just monumental because, you also have a bunch of, like, kids playing Roblox and they haven't been dealing with the Predator problem very good. So it's just... Yeah, I don't play it. I don't know. I've been debating checking out Forsaken. Might play it live on stream at some point. I need to probably get a new Roblox account. I think I deleted my old one. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just, like, deleted the app and forgot to delete my actual account. But, yeah, I don't know what my favorite Roblox game is. This is a really good one. How do I feel growing so big so fast? This is the wrong kind of furry inflation. Let's just say that. Ha ha ha. It's complicated. Because it's like, I'm honestly really grateful. And it feels wrong for me to say, like, especially when I've only got, like, 11,000 subscribers now. It feels wrong for me to say, like, there are hardships that come with fame, guys. You don't understand. Like, I'm not that big. So I don't have to deal with, like, being stalked. I'm not going to have a fan interaction, probably, for, like, a long time. So, But it's all like I'm really grateful and I feel bad complaining, but it is really scary to be someone who is young on the internet and suddenly is like thrust into not the spotlight, but like an underground sort of spotlight. That's scary because I'm scared someone's gonna like try and groom me. Which is it's a legit problem on the internet. So I try and be safe as much as I can, but especially since a lot of the videos I make have been kind of about things that I would consider controversial, you know? Like the most recent one, especially since I talk about like racism. And the next one's about the next long one at least. I make one about death grips in the meantime, but the next long one is going to be about pro shippers, which has a very large chance of someone trying to do something to me. But I don't want to turn the comments off because then it's like I'm giving in and I want to have a discussion in my comments. I really enjoy that. So, yeah, it's scary, but it's really awesome. Thank you for everything. It's been incredible. I think I'm happy with this level of popularity where like I can have people that show up to my streams and watch me yap, but I don't have to, you know, like I'm not making my living off of this. I mean, I still live with my parents. I don't have to make a living. But yeah, I'm not like monetarily, like I can't earn anything yet. Not even like AdSense, like that's way far off. I can't even like put up merch. Can't even like have a membership, which I'd like to do. That'd be fun. But so I'm kind of glad I'm in a place where I don't have a monetary incentive, so I just kind of make what I want to make. And if you're there for that, yeah, whatever. But the subscriber number doesn't really affect what I make that much outside of like who's gonna see it. Yeah. That's a good comment. I like that one. What is your favorite season? And also, what's your favorite animal? I like rats. And I don't like them when they're not in places they're supposed to be. Like, I wouldn't like it if there was like a rat infestation in my house, but I like little cotton rats. They're cute. What's my favorite season? I like the fall because it's chilly, but I can still wear like short sleeves. And stuff because thick jackets make me look weird. I don't have many that I'm like I feel confident in. But yeah, fall. I think that's a good answer. It's kind of basic. I like it because of my pumpkin spice latte. Do I like peanut butter? I'm mid on peanut butter. So someone said yo 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 yo. I don't know how to respond to that. Is it yo yo yo? Yo yo yo. Ew ew ew. I haven't actually seen Smiling Friends, but I've heard that. Hey 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 hey. Do you like burger? Hot take: I'm not the biggest fan of hamburgers, cheeseburgers, any of that. I know my chat's disabled. Okay. Yeah. This is a long one. I'm gonna read this. So first off, how can I be funny when scripting videos like you? I don't have natural humor and I have to practice in advance. Second, what are your pronouns? I remember you said something about you being trans, and I was like, okay. Third, are you a dinosaur? So I'll go in order. I script nearly everything in my videos. So just script something in. The biggest thing that's helped me is I don't concern myself with, like, I try and find, this is something that people say all the time, and you genuinely don't take it in until you start actually writing comedy, and then you realize, oh, that's actually pretty helpful advice. So, I know it's gonna sound cliche, but write for you, like, write stuff that you think is funny, because chances are, if you think it's funny, someone else will. Like, there were a couple of jokes in the Carson video, specifically the one where I say, like, stop talking to your screen, by the way, we're gonna have to put you in a home, Nana, that I didn't think anyone was gonna find funny, and then I got a comment that was like, this is hilarious, and I was like, see? So, you know, there's always a community for it. Yeah, don't put yourself down. It's really hard. Like, I'm not saying, like, don't be insecure, because it's not as easy as that. But just, like, yeah, I also practice all my stuff in advance. I do have I always have a teleprompter. You can probably notice me reading it in my videos. But, I don't just, like, improvise my entire videos. I don't improvise all my jokes. Nearly all of them are written in. I'll have, and, like, a lot of the times, I try and improvise some of it, when I'm on the spot. If I'm on the spot and I think of something extra to say, I'll try and perform it. And a lot of those will get cut out because I'll have a joke and I'll watch it back and be like, actually, that's not that funny. So I'll cut it out. There have been like the original footage for the Carson video was an hour long. And part of that is pauses, but part of that's also just jokes that I didn't think were very funny in the final cut, improvised bits that weren't very good. So, you just gotta work on it. It's, practice makes perfect. And try not to put yourself down too much for it. Second, what are your pronouns? They, them. Yeah. I fall under the trans umbrella. Technically. Yeah. If you were confused about why I said I was trans, that's why. I consider myself a part of that community, even if I didn't go from, like, one gender to another. Now I'm just kind of something in between. I don't really concern myself with gender. I'm just outside the binary, if that helps. Third, am I a dinosaur? Unfortunately, no. Wish. Are you Skibbity? Shout out the Gorilla's profile picture. I like them. I listen to Demon Days a lot. In 6th grade specifically. Like, every day I listen to that album. I know my chat's disabled. Shut up! Have I been to any concerts? Yeah, I've been to a few. I'm really lucky, because I live in a place where there are quite a few bands that'll show up, which is dope. Most recent one was Car Seat Headrest. That was awesome. Gonna see, no offense, Kids Bop when I was really young. Okay, I'm gonna go in order. Okay, so first one, Kids Bop. Then I went to AJR. Don't make fun of me. They're way too overhated. That's another hot take. Getting a lot of them today. Then I went to No Offense. Then I went to AJR second time. Again, we don't judge on this channel. Then I went to, I think Tyler, the Creator, was next. I think. Then I went to, I'm definitely forgetting, like, one. But then I went to Car Seat Headrest the most recent time. I don't know if you can count me going to my own show as that, but, yeah, I really enjoy live music. What's one I really want to see? So Death Grips is working on a new album. I know I've talked about them a lot on this stream, but if they go on tour, I would really love to see Death Grips, because their performances rock. I'm gonna refresh and see if there's any that I haven't missed. La 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 la. La 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 la. Every time I watch a live, I have the urge to ask people if they like peanut butter. Okay, let's look through these. I think I got most of them. You did the fan art? Oh my god, let me look at this freaking page. Holy shit. Okay, wait, give me a second to fix my OBS settings. This is the coolest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Wait. I mentioned, like, early in the stream, like, oh, it'd be funny if someone drew me as a cat girl. That's hilarious that you immediately were like, I know what I have to do. Oh man, what? Look at that. Is that not the coolest? Wait. I'll move myself. Look at this. That's freaking cool. Man, I'm really happy with that. Okay. Dope. Thanks. Alright. Oh man. Midstream. Yeah, thank you. Holy hell. That's wild. Yeah, thanks for the fan art, dude. Alright. What do you like to do in your free time besides make videos? Like to watch videos. I'm a big video essayist, enjoyer. I don't know if you could tell. I have a lot of school, so it's like, yeah, that's a lot of what I do. Dungeons and Dragons. I've been trying to mash, some of my hobbies together and organize a Fallout-themed D&D 5e campaign that I may or may not record and try and put out somewhere if the party's chill with that. But, I think it'd be fun. pardon my voice crack. I think it'd be really fun. I like D&D. Yeah, it's fun. It helps me get out some of my creative energy. I usually like to DM, but if I don't, I enjoy playing uh bards. Yeah. Um, Warlocks are also fun. Might have gotten through like all of them. Let's go. I wonder if there are any comments under this thing or not. Or not, as they say. Gecko just posted. I'll make sure to check that out later. 37. Did I miss some? Did I miss some comments? What do you think of us international video viewers? You're an international viewer? That's freaking cool. It's really scary to think about a bunch of people like watching my videos all across the globe. So you don't have to tell me where you're from. If you're British, get off my channel. I'm just kidding. But that's really interesting. I know I have one Australian viewer who's like one of my earliest ones. Why do I keep decaying and then going into the darkness? Please let me back. Ah. Okay. It's not that dark in here. Like it's like afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, I like you. That's really cool. Thank you for taking the time to watch me. Do I like FNAF? Um, I've never actually played one of the games. I know it's common within the FNAF fandom, but I like to make fun of people for it. So I wouldn't say I'm like deeply in the fandom, but I know the lore kinda just because I have a lot of friends who are into it, and like I had a game theory phase when I was like 8, which I wasn't supposed to have. That's a story for a different day. But I got. Do any of you know what a Kindle Fire is? Amazon makes these things, or at least made them. I don't know if they still do. Come on, I need more light. Called Kindle Fires, and I had one of those. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn some extra lights on because it's bugging me. Okay, hopefully that makes it a little bit brighter in here. I know I have my headphones on. I'm not listening to anything. So, yeah, I know a lot of people who are close to the FNAF fandom, and I myself, like, when I had my, right, that's the story I was telling. When I had a Kindle Fire when I was younger, I found a way to get onto my mom's, like, adult account, and that would allow you to get on the internet. So I started watching, like, YouTube videos, and as most kids did, I, like, got into, like, Mr. Beast or whatever, and eventually I found game theory and got into it because a lot of the topics they talked about were, like murder, because it'd be like horror games or whatever, and so I felt like really cool and edgy, which I'm sure is how a lot of people get into that stuff. I'm gonna move my camera's down slightly. But yeah, I'd say I'm kind of into FNAF. That's the best answer I can give. Yeah, and it's been a pretty successful stream so far. I'm really happy with the amount of people that have turned up, shown their love. 39 comments? Damn! Keeps increasing. It's an endless well of content. Alright, half British. Romanian. Let's go. I know what a Kindle Fire is. You used to have one. Dope. Dope. Yeah. But I used to like, it's also how I got into Jaden Animations, like the classic. You know, Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animations. Something else YT or whatever. Something else, that dude. I think I just realized a while ago the YT probably means YouTube. He's probably just called something else. I don't watch him anymore. Don't know. Yeah. Yeah, she got into all those people from a young age, including. I don't know if I should talk about this here. All right, coming closer. I'm directly stealing from, what's that guy's name? Come here, and he like zooms in with his phone. Jordan the Stallion, I think. Yeah, that dude. But I used to be into. Do any of you know what nerdcore is? Like, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I think it'd be funny. Like nerdcore music. I got into that, and it was they rapped about anime. So I was really into nerdcore rap for a while. Specifically, this one artist named Rustage, or Daniel Rustage. And I don't listen to his music really, because I kind of got out of that. But he has several D&D series that I'm still into, and I guess that'd be another fandom that I fall under for whoever asked that question. I'm shrinking. All right, yeah. So Daniel Rustage, if you're into D&D, listen to Isekai D&D. It's a great podcast. Trust me. 40 comments. Let's go. Do I love you? No, I don't know you. Wait, do I? Okay. I know that person in real life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you if you saw that. No, I don't love you. That is one of the few people who I can openly say. I do have to say, I have been deleting a lot of the comments under those videos that are like, I love you or whatever, because it's like, it just makes me kind of uncomfortable, because like, you don't know me, please get a life. Like, no shade, you know, I get into YouTubers too. Yeah, sorry, Milo. My bad. But to answer your question, no, I don't love you. I don't care about you. Alright. Might be better if I just check my chat from my phone. God damn it. Stop texting me. Alright. Yeah, my goal is to film a video today. I just don't. To be transparent, I don't think I'm gonna get it done anytime soon. The videos might have to wait because I might, just because I'm motivated to do so, film the Pro Shipper video, but it would take way longer to put out because that video, I'm suspecting, is going to be a little bit longer than the Carson one, probably around like 45 minutes in length, but I'm also considering going back, adding more to it, which could make it around an hour. So we'll see how it ends out. If any of you, it ends up. If any of you guys are into like really overly long video essays, I'm here for you. So who's calling me? Oh no, that's, sorry guys. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. Doesn't seem like I can get any more questions, but I hope that was able to clear some things up. I'm gonna start working on the video. I'm probably not gonna, I know I've been streaming for 2 days in a row now. Don't expect that. I'd like to stream a little bit often since I have like an audience who'd be there for that, but it's not gonna be like weekly or anything like that. So, I do like interacting with you guys. If you have any fan art, I'm considering making like an email or something or somewhere to put it. Or you can just, for the time being, send it to me, tag me in it. I'm planning on in my next video all the fan art I've gotten so far. I'm gonna put it in a little slideshow at the end, you know, like all the big YouTubers do. At the end, I just had that moment there where it was just my set, and I just had the 2 cards come up because I was like, I don't have anything to put there yet. But I think I'm gonna do that for the next video, and we're just gonna have a couple pieces of fan art and tag people in it, because that's really cool. I'm really glad you guys are doing that. I've never expected that I've had fan art made of me, but it's incredible. It honestly makes me want to cry a little bit. So, thank you. I'm gonna end stream right there. So, thanks for stopping by.